Well, it's a new year here in High-End, and we have a new goal. We're avoiding a relegation battle. They gave me a little bit more transfer money and a little bit more salary. I don't think I'm going to use it. I've signed a couple of players, one of which I may have overpaid for again, to pull the Caramelico, I guess you could call it. But today, it is our third round Copa del Rey game, and then a game against Leganes. So, and they're top of the table. I want to say they're 7th place. So we've got our work cut out for us today. My name's FM20, and it's time to get Réal. The game against Atletico Astorga was a nail-biter, and it probably really shouldn't have been. We had 32 shots, 17 on target. They had 7 and 4. We had a huge possession advantage. I played a really rotated side, and it got to the point that I literally pulled Calzada out from between the sticks to bring Rabui back on. And even then after that, they got a goal in the 81st minute that tied things up. Luckily for us, Bakary Jata scored the winner 3 minutes later. We had a bunch of yellow cards as well. This was just one of those games where you thought, oh my God, we're going to throw it away. We're going to throw it away. We're going to throw, oh no, hey, we saved it. Wow. You know, my hairline is probably a little bit higher as a result because I spent most of the game going, what the heck was that? So, you know, it is what it is. After that, we had a friendly at Recreativo Granada. We won, made a little bit of money off of it. I scheduled that at the time thinking I was going to need to give the guys an easy game to let them remember what winning felt like. And then a few days later, we played Atletico Madrid, and we played them close. And Rabui made a really good save on the Lamar penalty kick. He pushed it wide left. Perez got set up perfectly for a header. We had 16 shots, 10 on target, a decent possession advantage. They had 25 and 15. And again, we made them earn it. You know, we're not really getting blown out. We've had the one bad game, I would say, the La Coruña game, where we lost 4-0. And that has been our worst defeat of the season. So today, in the Copa del Rey second round, we are playing FC Andorra, the big team from the tiny country. They are Segunda Division B. So there's a possibility that eventually one of these days they could be in La Liga, assuming they get promoted. I've seen a couple challenges online where players are trying to do that. So they're a decent squad. We're not taking them lightly. Well, let me rephrase that. We're not taking them lightly, but the squad I have on the field today isn't exactly what I'd call my first teamers. They're like my 1A teamers. And a couple of them are new, so we're going to take a look at them right now. First in, Martin Matozovic, who my scout found in Croatia. Paid 135,000 euros for him. He's a striker. 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. He is Ruiz's replacement eventually. He's 18 years old right now, and he is a pure target man. Also plays a really good pressing forward and a deep line forward as well. Physically, he's not too bad. The agility and the pace are orange, which for me is mid-level here. Mentally, he's solid across the board. Technically, he's decent right now. The 16 heading is nice with the jumping reach at 12. That's a good fit. For a 5'10" target man, that's not bad. His corners is nice. Dribbling is okay. Finishing is okay. First touch is not too bad either. And everything else is fairly good. It's one of those cases where he is a really good player right now. You know, if we were, like I've said this before, if we were 2 divisions below, he'd be starting for me. But I'm going to need a replacement for Ruiz. He was out there. I really like the look of him. If he's this good now, he can only get better. I think there's a good opportunity. I think he's probably a 4-star player. So I would think with a couple years of playing time and things like that, we would get him up to 4 stars. He and Traore are going to be here for a decent amount of time, I suspect. And then Alvaro Nunez, who I talked about last episode, kind of sort of a panic buy, but not really. Natural defensive left back, can also play defensive right back. I needed some depth. He was unhappy at Sociedad? Athletic Club. What's the difference between Athletic Club and Bilbao Athletic? Because Bilbao Athletic is their B team. I don't have a B team. How would I know that? So, yeah, we may have slightly overpaid for him, and he's getting a decent monthly salary too, 21,500 euros. but he had a lot of people after him at the time, and I had to pay a little bit more to get him. The one thing I did realize is that on the left, I have no one behind Oculus, who is Ecuadorian, which is why he is a foreign player. I don't know, but he plays for a Portuguese team, so he can't. I was looking at his team, not his nationality. So, I mean, when Marcus McGuane is my best backup at defensive left back, I know I needed help. So, we've got Nunez on the field now. He and Oculus will switch out, and then it will be Nunez's position next year. I don't think we're going to bring Oculus back. I can't afford all the yellow cards. So we've got FC Andorra coming up, and then we're going to play Leganes. I'm going to check my best 11, set the reserve. Well, I'm going to check the best 11 I want to play for this game, set the reserves. We're going to come back with our match against FC Andorra in just a bit. Well, it's a fairly rotated side today, but I'm comfortable with this squad. They're all quality players. They're at least as good as, if not better than, most of the players on the FC Andorra side. So we are, of course, playing our 4-2-4. Raboui in goal. Nunez, Rochi, Mason, Robles as the defensive back four. Sands and Jurkin as the midfielders. Yardi and Yada up top as the attacking midfielders. I keep switching between Yada and Jada, but it's me. Sula and Traore are up top as the strikers. I promised Sula more playing time. This is a good opportunity for him to get it. Nunez is actually a natural defensive right back, but he's pretty good at the defensive left back position as well, so I'm going to be retraining him for that. We're kicking off in Andorra here. Rochi on the throw-in to Traore. Back to Rochi. Yada in the box. Rounds the defender. Yardi's there and he scores. Well done. Oh, I thought it was an issue with my computer screen there. The lines on the field. You usually don't see that on soccer pitches. I think that's actually more of like a baseball stadium thing. If you ever watched American baseball, some of the stuff the groundskeepers do with the fields and stuff like that, especially like during playoffs, is absolutely amazing. Well, coming up on halftime here. So far it's been a quiet domination of Andorra. We've had more shots. We've had more on target. We've had a huge possession advantage. Mice sends it all the way back to Raboui. Out to Robles. To Mice. Back to Raboui. To Rochi. Out to Nunez. Drops it off to Yardi. He tries centering it, but Gonçalves stepped in front of Jurkin. Now they're pressing. If they score right before the half, I'm going to be really annoyed. I swear, before I started playing FM, my hairline was a lot lower. If you don't believe me, go back. Well, don't go back and check. My earlier videos are horrible. But, holy cow. Nice pass. Nuts. Okay, boys. Yell at them aggressively. Seem to have fired him up a little bit. Theor sends it in. Oh, they push it just wide left. Corner kick in for us. Sula top of the box. Mice is there, and he redirects the Sula kick into the back of the net. I want to say that was intentional, except he was offsides. Kind of close to 60 minutes. So, you know what? We're going to make a couple changes here. Karamoko is going to come on for Yada. Puado is going to come on and take his spot at the top. Sula's going to drop back to right wing. Karamoko is going to go in on the left. 18 shots, 7 on target for us, and we're in a tie game. Nunez on the throw-in. Karamoko, Sands, Traore. Nunez, and he scores. That was well done. First goal of the season in his first game for Hyen. That was nice. Karamoko did good to keep the ball. Oh, big alley open for Nunez to shoot it down. Too many defenders clumped around Traore there. Nunez on the throw-in. Gives it away. Diarra, back to Loureiro. Up in space. Oh, Sula made a play for it. He gets it back, gives it away, and gets it back again. Weaving in and out through players. Takes the shot. It goes off Banyas and into the goal. I thought for sure Banyas was pushing that wide. Oh, that was weak. He should have stopped that. 10 minutes left. Mice to Rochi. Back to Mice. All the way back to Raboui. To Rochi. To Jurgen. Up to Sands. Traore in the center of the field. Driving forward. Splits the defenders. Top of the box. Takes a shot. It's wide left. Ambitious. Very ambitious. And frankly unacceptable. I'm not a fan of long shots. For the longest time, especially I want to say in FM18, long shots were just horrible, horrible, horrible. Oh, Nunez is dispossessed by Loureiro, who gives it away. Rochi heads it down, goes right to Sands, out to Sua, and that was a good tackle by the Andorra player. Nunez gets the ball after the header. Oh, kicked it too hard for Poirot to run up and get it. Banyas holding onto the ball. Lomps it forward towards Altamira, who gets it. Nice first touch. And he's dispossessed by Nunez. Well done. Karamoko bangs it forward. The whistle should blow here sooner rather than later. Oh, he didn't get it before it went out of bounds. Blow the whistle, ref. Knocked away. Rai. And Kagame and Raboui with a very nice stop. 94 minutes, 30 seconds. Okay, finally. Good grief. 28 shots, 12 on target. Huge possession advantage. Yeah, a bit of a nail-biter there in the first half, but we pulled it through in the second half. Goals by Nunez and Sula seeing us through. Well, tell me it was a good win. I'm lying through my teeth. We really almost threw it away that first half, so... let's see. Nunez scores in his debut. This is why I need a loan manager. I've got like 10 players out on loan. I keep getting reports for them, and it's just... Jurgen reached the yellow card limit. Of course he reached the yellow card limit. That's why I'm willing to let Aklas go. I got Jurgen here to make up for whatever he's not going to get for us. Marcus Esposito. How do I know that name? Because I've scouted him. What did he end up grading at? An 84. But I've got my striker of the future. I've got two of them, actually. So, not bad. Physically, he's pretty good. Mentally, he's not too bad either. But Matasevic? I'm blanking on his name already. That's not a good thing. Yeah, Matasevic. I got him for 135,000, so I will be okay. I got the third round draw coming up, and then we're playing Leganes, who are in 6th place. I am pretty happy with the team. The players I'm wanting to get rid of, their contracts, the vast majority of them, their contracts are actually ending this year. And the vast majority of them are out on loan. Your Mizians, your Tendios, players like that. So we're doing okay there. Third round draw, the Copa del Rey. I'm just going to, we'll do draw next teams. Las Palmas is playing Levante. Cordoba is playing Real Madrid. Valladolid is playing Barcelona. El Ejido is playing Sociedad. Zaragoza is playing, I clicked it, Athletic Club. Leganes is playing Betis. Eibar is playing Getafe. Osasuna or Elche is playing Girona. Malaga is playing Alaves. Albacete Balompié is playing Celta Vigo. Vallecano is playing Atletico. Numancia is playing Valencia. We are playing Cadiz. Of course we're playing Cadiz. Who else would we be playing? I didn't even look down there to see who was there. Good grief. Of course we're playing Cadiz. Check something out here real quick. Fierce rivals. None. Okay, I'm fairly sure by the end of this save, Cadiz will be a rival. So we are going to get to the Leganes match. I will be back with that in just a bit. Actually, I didn't even look at the schedule. We got Cadiz coming up in 2 weeks. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to save the game here. We're going to play Leganes and Celta Vigo offline. We're going to come back for the Copa del Rey third round match. It's near the end of the transfer window. I don't think we're going to be making any moves. It has to be a player that just really kind of catches the eye, that fills a need for us, and it's the right price. And frankly, while I see 1 out of 3 and 2 of those 3 being a good possibility, 3 out of 3, not happening. So that said, it's also 2 in the morning here, so I'm going to call it a night. I'll be back on tomorrow recording, and we'll get this episode edited together, and hopefully I won't be wearing the same shirt. So I will be back in a bit. Well, it took a little bit longer than I expected, but we're back. A day and a half later, stuff happened. Didn't want to record, and played a couple other games to vent some frustrations out. But in the meantime, after beating Andorra, we beat Leganes 3-1. This was a really good game for us. Maguire had a goal. Lucina Traore had a brace of goals. This was a really good game. Traore has kind of supplanted Ruiz as one of my starting strikers, which I don't know how I feel about that. Ruiz is my captain. He's been with us a long time. He's still a solid player. It's just, for the moment, Traore's better, and we need people to score. This was a good game for us. So we had 25 shots, 15 on target, decent possession advantage. They had 17-11. I mean, they made us work for it. So against Celta de Vigo, though, we drew, and this was a bit of a pain because Celta Vigo is one of the worst teams in the Liga. It was 1-1. Joe Powell had a goal. Fran Beltran scored for them in the 17th minute. We were not on our game at all. We had 12 shots, 9 on target. They had 18 shots, 10 on target. They had a minuscule possession advantage, but their defense just really clamped down. It doesn't look like it from here, but they played this. What did they play? They played a 4-4-2, and they sat fairly far back. Even though that says attacking, they weren't really up there all that much. At least I didn't think they were. More often than not, I saw their forwards kind of here. But, the analysis doesn't lie. So they tended to soak up our attack and hit us on the counter. So maybe they were playing counter. I'm not quite sure. So today we are playing Cadiz. It's the Copa del Rey third round match. So I'm going to check my best 11, set the reserves. We're going to come back with that in just a bit. Let me check this out here real quick. Current injuries, none. So we are mostly healthy. Cool. Back in a sec. Well, we are playing our 4-2-4, of course. Raboui in goal. Nunez, Clemente, Worrell, and Rousseff as the defensive back four. Sands and Rochi in the midfield. Yada and Sula as the attacking midfielders. Traore and Ruiz up top as the strikers. And they are playing a 4-4-2. Man, if we have a bogey team in this save at the moment, it's Cadiz. They pipped us last year to win the league, although I'm not really upset by that. I'm not. But I think they're just one of those teams that just seem to have our number. Move this over real quick. And it's not going to want to move over. Okay, that's interesting. Nunez driving forward, cutting through the defenders, and he is fouled. 25 seconds in. Who's taking this? Traore? And he pushes it wide. Not a good start. I don't know what his penalty kick taking is, but it's got to be better. Ruiz is a 10, so it has to be better than Ruiz. Not by much. Hame, Talukwe, up into space. Now Hula's going to run that down. He's dispossessed by Rousseff, though, up to Sula. He's getting a start ahead of Karamoko because I promised him more playing time. And he's doing a decent job for us. Rochi to Nunez. Back to Rochi to Clemente. Up to Sands. Over to Rochi again. Out to Sula. Almost loses it. Traore couldn't get it. Ruiz does. Bangs it off the post and in for the goal. That was nice. Really good ball movement by us. I thought Sula was going to lose it here for just a second. I'm surprised Traore didn't try heading that in himself. Check something out here real quick. Traore. Penalty taking. 11. He's one better than Ruiz. Rusev on the throw to Rochi. Over to Nunez. Out to Yada. He drops it off to Sands. Sends it back to Yada. Double teamed. Gets around them both. That was nice. Oh, cutting through the defense. He's dispossessed, but the ball goes to Sands. Gives it right back to Yada. Out to Sula, who blasts it by the keeper for the score. Offsides. Come on. We're the home team. You couldn't give that to us, ref? Jeez. Ortega on the throw-in. Worrell knocks it away. Luque, top of the box. Back to Carmona. To Alex. Out to Hame. All the way back to Drinkic. He sends it all the way back to Kudryk. Out to Carmona. To Folly. Up to Guerrero. Manuel got between the defenders, but Raboui had a very nice stop. Jada knocks that away, but Ortega's going to run that down. To Nahuel. And he's fouled by Sula. Okay. Half hour in, we're doing good. Tell the guys to get creative here. Rusev to Ruiz. Back to Rochi. Tries forward. Sula's there, and he puts it far post. Kudryk looks like he got a hand on it, but it still went in. Nice assist by Rochi. Yeah, Kudryk did get a hand on it, but it wasn't enough. That was well done. 10 shots, 5 on target for us. They've had 2 shots, 2 on target. For 2 clear-cut chances, they've had 1. Slight possession advantage for us, but we're playing really well. Carmona on the throw-in for Cadiz. To Ortega, back to Carmona. Cuts into the box, takes a shot, maybe? That was... what's the word I'm looking for? Not ambitious. Ill-advised, maybe. About 60 minutes in. Let's make a couple of changes here. We're going to get Rusev off and bring on Robles. We're going to get Ruiz off and bring on Matozovic. For whatever reason, Ruiz and Traore just do not play well together. 75 minutes in, no highlights. 5 minutes left in the game. We're not getting. It's just going to be a quiet second half. I'm okay with that, especially as we're up 2-0, and we do win. We beat Cadiz. 18 shots, 12 on target, slight possession advantage. So this is Mark Matozovic. I mentioned him earlier. He is not going out on loan. Why is he being listed for loan? Transfer status. Unavailable for loan. Confirm. I may have forgotten to hit confirm last time. And I clicked too freaking far again. Jeez. So he's 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. He's you know, for a 5'10" target man, he's pretty darn good. And if I compare him with Ruiz right now, he's very close to where Ruiz is. He's a little bit faster. His vision's a little bit better. Technically, he's a little better. Ruiz hasn't beaten the air fairly solidly, but other than that, they're very, very close. The kicker is he's 5 years younger than Ruiz. He's earning $14,000 less a month, or $14,000 less a week. and I'm reasonably sure Ruiz is topped out. So the other player who's topped out is Alvaro Sanz, who's been with us since the beginning. He's 3-star current ability, 3-star potential ability. He's not getting any better. And ignore this here. This is FM being FM. It's going down by like 0.1. So, I mean, we'll look at the spreadsheet here. I mean, I'll take a screenshot of the spreadsheet here at the end of January after the transfer window, and we'll compare him and see how he's doing. If he's really started to fall off that much, I'll move him. He wanted a new contract, and, you know, he wants an important player contract, which means, you know, a salary close to Ruiz's, but I'm not willing to pay that for him. I've got some really good midfielders, and I know I can scout and find another good midfielder. If not, find one, get one on loan. So, yeah, tell the guys, passionate well done. We'll stay for the draw. I'll come back for that. We'll send the assistant to the press conference. So, league-wise, we're in 12th, 27 points. That's 12 points out of relegation. So, we've got a decent chance. You know, if we get to 25, 26 games, and we've still got this point differential between us and the team in 17th place, I will be less worried. So, we're doing well. We're doing a lot better than I thought we would. We've had some really good results. I think what's really helped us is the fact that we've drawn games that we probably should have lost. You know, we should have lost at Barcelona. We should have lost at this Cadiz game. You know, the Athletic Club, we should have lost there. The first match against Sevilla, we probably should have lost there. You know, I mean, it took a 90th minute goal for us to win against Sevilla. So, but I still like the fact that we are hardly getting blown out of games, which I think is very, very. I want to say it's a testament to my team building skills, but I don't really think it's that. I think it's the fact that the guys on the squad have been playing together long enough. They know each other long enough. I've got a formation that suits their strengths, and I'm not expecting a bunch out of them. You know, if we're winning 1-0, it's the same as winning 4-1. A win is a win. It's worth 3 points. So, you know, we're not going to be anywhere near. I knew we weren't going to be anywhere near as prolific this year as we had been the past 2 years. The level of competition we're playing just tells me that. Set a new gate receipts record. It's always nice. This is the transfer window rumors off of the screen flow. At one point in time, and it may have been the skin I was using back in the day, if there was a player that you were looking at, like say at the top, for whatever reason, I was looking at Purvis Estupiñán, his name would be highlighted. 66 million euros for that. Okay. But, you know, I don't know about other players, but I know for myself, if there's a player that I like that I'm keeping an eye on, you know, I will scan the sheets and make sure that, you know, no one else is kind of interested in him at the moment. So I really don't work off short lists all that much. My short lists tend to be maybe a year or 2 years long, unless I find a youth player. Like as example, Xenia Proper, who is contracted at FC Utrecht, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability as a 17-year-old striker. So he's already good physically. He's already good mentally. Technically, 16 finishing, 14 first touch, 15 heading. The technique, it's a little weak, but, you know, what I'll do is... where'd it go? Oh, you know, I'll go back a screen. Oh, that's because he's already on my short list. You know, they don't want to sell him. They know what they're holding on to there. He'll be 5-6 years. He'll probably be one of the best, you know, one of the better strikers in the league. I mean, he's already that good physically and technically. He's already that good, and mentally, he's the only place he's really weak is positioning, and you can improve on that. And we got the 4th round draw. 16 teams going into the hat. I do believe this is the farthest we've gotten. Rayo Vallecano is playing Barcelona. Elche is playing Madrid. Celta Vigo is playing Espanyol. Leganés is playing Alaves. Tenerife is playing Sociedad. Numancia is playing us. Of course they are. Palmas is playing Almeria, and Eibar is playing Athletic Club. Okay. $10 goals in 20? That's not bad. 21 goals allowed in 21 appearances. That's pretty good too. Okay, so let's see when that game is. End of the month. Well, you know what? That's what we'll do. We'll play Almeria offline, and then I'll come back and we will play Numancia and Girona, have a transfer window roundup, and then figure out where we are going from there. So, a couple of good games, a couple of good results. I'm quite happy with that. And it's kind of cool to see FC Andorra. I thought about playing them. They're from Andorra. It's a cool story, and the idea that they could get to La Liga would be very, very nice. And I was considering playing them, but then I found Real High and went with them instead. So, but if you're looking for a fun team to play, FC Andorra is definitely it. If you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I'll answer those as fast as I can. My name's FM20. I thank you for watching.